And see, here's the thing. We live in a world that is blinded by government, politics, and science. And we listen to whatever it says. We take it, you're going to love this word, as gospel. And there it is, right? We think that just because, we had this conversation prior to church, you think just because they have a medical degree, they know what they're talking about, right? Whew. Some of them are ignorant. It's like, man. But we are blinded to this fact. A lot of people in the world are blinded to this fact. But notice what the second part of verse 4 says. In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them that believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. Now, what does that word lest mean? That means unless. So people are going to be blinded unless the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. Now, here's a great question. How will people know about the glorious gospel of Christ? Maybe the Bible answers that for us. You and me. That's our job. That's what we're supposed to do. We are given a command as Jesus is leaving, and he says, go. 2 words or 2 letters, making 1 word. That is a verb. It's an action. Go. We are to go and tell people about Jesus. And here's the thing. How many times do we not do that? How many times do we not tell people about Jesus? How many times do we, I told somebody this earlier, I said, a lot of times we are talking to people. A lot of times we have those communications with people, and we never bring Jesus up, right? Like, walk by somebody and, hey, you got a Yankees shirt on. You a Yankees fan? You just like the shirt. And then, buddy, for the next hour and a half, or maybe that's just me, we're talking about the Yankees or the Cubs or the Cowboys or whoever, right? But here's the question. Why is it that I can walk up to a perfect stranger that I've never met in my life with one simple comment, hey, you a fan or just like the shirt? And that can turn into hour-long conversation. But you walk up to somebody and you say, hey, you know who Jesus is? Boy, the tension gets so thick you can cut it with a knife. Why is that? Because the God of this world is trying to blind people. Now, if the God of this world is trying to blind people, then Jesus is counting on us to show people the light. Who's winning? Again, I love sports. The great philosopher Mac Bradley once said, once you turn on the scoreboard, there is no fun anymore, right? Like, we were playing this little charity game and basketball game, and I'm like, all right, boys, let's have fun. And he just looked at me, he's like, you turned the scoreboard on. Turned that scoreboard on, there's no fun anymore. It's about getting more points than the other team. Why do we not take that same mentality with our faith? I mean, are the stakes not higher? We got like a $5 trophy for winning that game. Bunch of pictures on Facebook, a lot of trash talk over the next year till the next charity game. I can't tell you where that little trophy is right now. I worked tirelessly to hang banners in a gymnasium where I don't even know where those banners are anymore. Why are we not that way with our faith? Why are we not working tirelessly to show the blinded the light? Why are we not working tirelessly to tell people about Jesus? Because it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Why is it uncomfortable? Because now you have entered into spiritual warfare. Verses 5 and 6. We'll come back to that in a minute. For we preach not ourselves, but Christ Jesus the Lord, and ourselves your servants for Jesus' sake. Verse number 6. For God, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. Here's a question. Why do we not have the same motivation to share the gospel that we do in other things? I mean, you think about it. We like to do things that come easy to us, right? Why do kids say I hate math? Because they're not good at math. Why do kids say they hate history? Because they can't remember the history stuff. Why do people say they hate English? Because it's an evil language. Right? Why do people say they hate writing papers? Because research and typing and all that kind of stuff is tough. We oftentimes don't like things that we aren't good at or that we aren't comfortable with. I know a lot of people that won't come to Sunday school because they're not comfortable, or individual Bible studies, because they're not comfortable with their knowledge of the Bible. Well, I don't know as much as those guys over there. Well, how else are you going to learn? Right? Like, do we ever go to class and just walk in and be like, that guy's name's Doctor? Like, I don't know history as well as that guy does. I'm not going to class. But see, it's easy for us to be comfortable about things that we know. Right? It's easy to be comfortable about things that we know. But when we lack the knowledge or we lack the confidence, I hear this all the time. Why do you not tell people about Jesus? What if they ask me a question I don't know the answer to? Well, then, that's right. Well, then we look it up, right? You call your pastor, you call your men's ministry, you call your youth pastor, like, hey, Bible say anything about dinosaurs? Hey, it actually does. But we get to that point where we're like, man, I need to tell people about Jesus. I know I need to tell people about Jesus. But I just don't know how. If you'll go back to verse 5, please, Brian. Understand this. And this is where we're going to kind of settle in for a minute here. We don't preach ourselves. It's not about us. Listen, if they ask you a question about the Bible, it is okay for you to say, I don't know. I don't know. But you know what? I do know that Jesus is who he says he was. I do know that Jesus rose from the dead. I do know that Jesus wants to have a relationship with you. I got a pastor, I got a men's minister, I got women's Sunday school teacher, I got youth pastor, I got children's minister. I can call somebody. Hey, we all got Google in our pocket. You can pretty much type in any question that you want. What does the Bible say about this? And you'll get a laundry list of scriptures. But that's uncomfortable because it's warfare. But we have to understand that we're not preaching ourselves. We're not preaching our knowledge. We're not preaching about what we know or what we don't know. We are preaching about who Jesus is, not was. not was, not past tense, is. Looking back at number 6 again, Brian. Who is Jesus? John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. Look at, man. Good to have Brian back. We appreciate him, his family getting to go on vacation. We're glad they had a good time. Man, we missed you, Brian. Look at that. John 1:1. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. So you telling me that Jesus is God? Yeah. But what did God do? God commanded the light to shine out of darkness. What does that mean? That means that God said, let there be light. But Pastor, science says Big Bang Theory. Yeah, they're 100% right. Wait, what? Yeah, God said, let there be light, and bang, there was light. Big Bang Theory is exactly how it would seem when you have an all-powerful God that speaks nothing into something. It's exactly, it would be an explosion. But evolution, no. That's where we get off track. That's where we get off track. You want to figure out creation? Go to Genesis. It's all there. All of it's right there. But that same God, the same God that said, let there be light, is the same God. Notice what it says right here. That hath shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ. We have that same light living in us. If you enjoyed that message, then you'll want to check out this video for more biblical truths. You can help spread the gospel by clicking the like button or even consider subscribing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the next one.